let's bring our chart game to the next level. Instead of just having one summary chart, I'm going to show you how to have grouped charts, very similar to what we did with the reports earlier. So for this example, we're going to try to see which products have the best sales within the categories, and then which category has the best sales overall. Sales being defined as not the total amount of money, but the items coming off the shelves. So purely quantity. Okay, so for this, we need to start with a query as usual. I already did this one, prepped it. So what we're looking at is the sums of the products within each category. What does this look like in design view? The category, these three different tables put together, the ID, the name, product, and then the quantity with the sum here. The sum is important for that, for the charts, for the smaller charts, and for the category ID. Before we didn't use an ID, this time we do, because we're going to take advantage of that master child link that we avoided last time to make the smaller charts. So that is actually necessary this time. All right, so with this query all set, we can actually make the report straight from here. Go to create and then do our, not form wizard, report wizard. Okay. So we need all the fields to be connected in the data, but we don't actually need to show ID. So what I can do is do that and then put that one back. It's the quickest way to do that. Next, here we're doing the grouping again. Our big grouping is by category. So we're going to stick that in first. Then the next grouping is going to be by product. Do that. There we go. We got all our bits in. Do we care about anything ascending? No, that's not something we want to order by. We do need to add in the sum of the quantity. Seems weird, I know. You'll see what happens later on. Okay, layout again, does it matter that much? Not really. Your personal step choice, because we're going to move around things anyways. Okay, so starting off the gate, this looks awful because we have duplicated information. And we did that intentionally, knowing that we would have to fix it. So let's go ahead and do that because that just looks terrible. Okay, so we don't need the detail to report the sum of the quantity over and over again. So what is that? So where we have the product and then sum of the quantity, that's this line here. We don't want that. So we're actually going to just move it up there. Let's look and see, check that. Okay, that's one step closer. And then we have this, the summary, product name, sum, product. We actually don't need any of this. I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to actually before I do that, let's actually colorize these so we can see what is going on in here. Property format, no color. Okay, so that's one that we're gonna get rid of. So you can see here, like this whole bit here is a duplicate of the information there. So that's why we don't need it. Okay, so delete. This one, I'm going to put it back as white, but I'm also going to close it. Let's view that. Okay. Yep, that looks like the right data. And then now it's just a matter of closing this up, getting rid of all this extra white space. There we go. All right. So now we have for each category, we have a list of all the product names and the sum sales for each of the products. Perfect. Okay, so that is now prepped. So we have two things that we're going to do. So we're going to have one chart within each of the category sections, and then one overall report chart. So before, what we did is we put the big overall one right here in the report footer. But if we want one for all the things, move these up, give us some more space. If we want one for each section, where should it go? It's going to go right here in the category footer. Okay, so let us put in I'm going to do a long one because the product names, we'll see how well these fit together. Data we're using, we are using this query. Oof, that is, let's give it a little more room this way. Let's give it a little more room this way. Okay, so for y-axis, we want the product names. Then the x-axis, is this right? Do I have it backwards? Yep, I totally have backwards. We have a lot of lines in there, but that might be an artifact of the weirdness. Oh, did not do a step. We need to link the child and master for these. These ones we are going to, it already knows and filled it in for us. Category ID is the only possible thing it could have done. That did not work. That did not work. Oh, it did not remember what I put there. That would be a thing. There we go. Oh no, I forgot that. Okay, so apparently link first, then do the other parts. Okay, so we can see that for beverages. Now these are not great access labels because it skipped them because of the size. How do we fix that? We want to go in here and give us more room. Do that so this side one's going. See, it's kind of hard to judge based on just this because it has extra information in it. For whatever reason, it does that. All right, there we go. Now it's long enough that we can get the names in. So that's perfect. Okay. But like we saw before, that's awkward that the condiment one starts in right away after it. So we should probably fix that. So at the end of the category footer, about to force a new page after that section. All right, there we go. Okay, so for the beverages, we have a list of product names. We've got some of the quantity. These are arranged alphabetically. If we wanted to order by the sum quantity, we could have done that. And now we've got this lovely chart showing the ones for that category. Go to the next page. You can see that it's done it for each of the different ones. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. We did say that we wanted to have one at the bottom. So what are we going to do there? Let's do something different. Let's add in that pie chart. Pies don't get much love, so let's give it some love. All right, so again, queries, and this one's the category name. There we go. So we've got the sum, we've got category name because we don't care about the individual products this time. Yeah. If you wanted to do more, like there's not a whole lot of stuff you can do with the charts here, but I would just play around with it and see if you can't get it to like look nicer or whatever. Go in here and go to the last page, and there's our pie chart that shows that this big blue one, beverages, is our main sales one. With this many, probably a pie chart isn't the best, especially if you can't put the percentages in it and all that kind of stuff. So just as a side note there. But, you know, maybe we can delete that and add in, we do the column one just to make it very visibly. It is not the same as the side ones, and we can make that bigger. Give us more room for this chart. There we go. Link it back up. What's really important here, but not the ID, is that we do not link it to do the master child link. We need that master child link up here and not down here. Give that a view. And we'll go to the last page, the only page which this thing appears, and there we go. See that beverages is our big baddie, followed by dairy products, and then confections, and seafood is kind of similar, and people are not eating their vegetables. Sad. Okay, so that is a fancy version of the report. For your final product, like rename things, make it prettier, attend to the aesthetics, make it a final product. But yeah, that's charts and reports.